Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well and I hope that you are all fighting that war against the grey. In today's video we have another Warhammer Black Library story to review for you. In today's Black Library review we're going to check out the first story in the Gaunt's Ghost series, First and Only by Dan Abnett. Today's video is sponsored by the Warhammer merch shop. Want to grab some merch for your favourite Warhammer army? You can use our affiliate link down below to grab your next purchase and help support the channel at the same time. The Gaunt's Ghost series is one of the most well-known Warhammer 40,000 series, spanning not only over a dozen titles in the main series, but a variety of spin-offs as well, which take place on a multitude of different planets in multitudes of different forms. Gaunt's Ghost is one of those series I've just never gotten around to reading, and I was truly looking forward to checking out this fan favourite. Dan Abnett is a Black Library mainstay and written many stories throughout the Warhammer settings, no more important recently than the End and the Death volumes 1, 2 and 3 for the Siege of Terror story in Warhammer the Horus Heresy. As always, I do enjoy listening to Black Library fiction in an audio format while I'm editing the latest YouTube videos for the channel or doing some other hobby as well, like painting or building models. Today's story's narrator is Toby Longworth, who does seem to have a habit of voicing the stories of Dan Abnett, with some popular titles being Brothers of the Snake, Double Eagle and Titanicus as well. But on to the feature of today's review though, First and Only. This story takes us through one of the earlier engagements, but most notably not the first engagement of the Tanith First and Only Regiment of the Imperial Guard, or Astra Militarum, whatever you prefer to call them. The Tanith are a proud folk with an eye for marksmanship and a lean towards stealth operations such as scouting and infiltrating missions. While they are called the First and Only, that's because, well, they're the first ever regiment raised from the world, an Imperial tithe. The world came under attack and was utterly destroyed, leaving the regiment to be the first and, well, only ever regiment founded from that world. And the regiment's escape from the destruction of their homeworld is where Colonel Commissar Ibram Gaunt comes into their story. Gaunt was originally going to be the leader of the Crusade, or the forces that the Tanith were being sort of recruited for, but upon the sort of attack from the Chaos Forces, sensing that it was a lost cause, Gaunt ordered the Tanith forces to flee to safety rather than sort of stay and fight a desperate last stand that would ultimately, he thinks, have proved futile and not have saved their world, and just sort of sent them to some glorious last stand. But after all of this, he was elevated to the rank of Colonel Commissar, given command of those Tanith soldiers on a permanent basis, and he now has not only the leadership of the Tanith First and Only, but he does have the right of conquest on him as well, which is actually able to, when the Tanith conquer a planet, give them the control of it. Now, as I said though, our story takes place sometime after these events, and we begin our story with the Tanith fighting the last stages of a trench warfare war on the Forge world of Fortis Binary. But soon our heroes find out about a plot to assassinate the leader of the Sabbat World's crusade, War Master Makaroth. What starts out looking to be any other sort of stereotypical warfare novel quickly delves us into a world of intrigue, guile and backstabbing as various forces from both within and without the Imperium move to enact their plans and seize control of the Sabbat Worlds for themselves. I must say, after hearing so much about this series and how much everyone I knew has talked it up, I am honestly in agreement. I can see why this would be considered a cult favourite. Gaunt himself is such a great character, a commissar with a conscience and an understanding of the bigger picture, not just one that's all trigger happy with upholding the Lex, you run away, bang. He's also surrounded by a fantastic cast of secondary characters taken from the Tanith regiment. These characters are generally a lot more one-dimensional than Gaunt, but they challenge him in different ways, and this is what makes each one of them great, allowing us to see how Gaunt reacts to various challenges and problems in his way, using this collection of one-dimensional characters around his sort of more well-rounded but master of none character. Abnett really does a great job in this first story here in the series, getting us to like and dislike various characters and set the stage for upcoming stories to unfold. The overall plot and the hidden treasures within the story are great, taking a look at some of the truly dark times mankind has had in the past eons of the Warhammer universe. If I maybe was picky, maybe it would have been nice to see the first escape happen in this story in the series, but I think really it has the benefit of not doing so. It's taking place later in their sort of existence down the line. It does give us the ability to have characters more fully fleshed out when we're introduced to them. You know, otherwise they all would be new recruits at the time we introduce them, and that's maybe not the most interesting story we're trying to tell. Sometimes though, when a story is hyped up like this though, so much by others, it is maybe, if it's anything less than amazing, it might seem like a letdown, but honestly, this was amazing. For me, this Black Library classic is easily a 5-star story, putting it up there with some of the greatest ever stories from Black Library, and I cannot wait to get into the next part of this series. In the meantime, if you'd like to check out more by Dan Abnett, some of my personal favourites are Demon's Curse, Legion, and Ravna. And so that is our review of the story for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to drop a comment down below. Let us know what you enjoyed about it. Give us a like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications for all the good things from the channel. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.